Good morning, installers. I'm Scott Allen with Saatchi & Saatchi X. This video is to help you as a supplement to your install guide. The first thing you're going to want to do is go to the back of the store and find this box. After you get into the box, you'll find the two big base panels. The way to start racking these open is to start folding flaps back. Once you have the flaps folded back, there's several layers of corrugate there. You want to grip firmly with your arm, with your hands, and then slide your arm down through on the side of those braces. You're going to see us do this a few times. You grab the corrugate firmly and slide your arm down. That helps start opening the box because it's a little stiff. Once you have done that on all four ends, you want to go ahead and set one side down on the floor and start folding in the tabs from the bottom of the box. These will lock once your flaps are folded in and the box is square. Of course, you want to flip that over and do it again from the other side. I'm actually doing the bottom of the box right now. If the flaps aren't folding in quite so good, grab the box from the end and kind of square it up. The most important part of all of this is kind of that sliding the arm down thing. You'll see once again we're going to do it on the second base. There are two bases. You grab that corrugate firmly by that brace, slide your arm in to help that brace start coming diagonal to open the box itself. Again, we're just going to flip it over, do the bottom, fold the flaps back. That helps get that corrugate scores breaking. Again, we're going to grab that three levels or three layers of corrugate and then slide our arm down next to the base to help that thing start forming its shape. Again, grabbing those the layers firmly in your hand, slide your arm down, roll the thing over on the floor on its side, and that'll help push it up square. Again, we're going to start folding in the flaps to lock the bottoms, and they just auto lock as they push together. Once we get this side in, we'll flip it over and do the other side as well. You'll probably see that we'll have to square the box up a little bit once the flaps to help those flaps set into place. So we've got the bases assembled now. Next thing we're going to do is go to our parts bag and grab some Christmas tree clips. Those are the little black clips along with the white braces. The important part here is as you slide this down, you're going to want to put the Christmas tree clip through the third hole down from the top through the corrugate. Punch that thing through. You usually have to support the brace a little bit by reaching inside the box to help push that Christmas tree clip through. You don't want to put that into the bottom hole. You want to put it into the third hole as we've shown. You got one white brace going into each end of both base panels. Now we're going to locate the three header boxes. Again, we're going to go through the same routine of holding that corrugate, those three levels of corrugate very firmly as we slide our arm down inside the box to get that brace to start breaking over. Obviously folding the flaps back at the top of the box and the bottom of the box as we're doing that. We'll roll it over, fold the flaps back again. Slide our arms down in. Now we can roll it over on the floor and start folding the flaps in. Again, this locks in the same way the bases did. They just lock together once you've got the box square. And we'll go ahead and fold in the top flaps. Going to see a series of 4 holes on the side of the boxes. At the bottom, let's go ahead and punch out the top the number 1 hole and the number 3 hole. I use a dart to go ahead and punch them kind of through. You can see that it's number 1 and number 3. Want to do that at the bottom and the top of each of the 3 header boxes. Important to make sure you're getting the number 1 and the number 3 hole. So now we're going to take the header boxes for the left and right side and slide them down over the bracket. The bring is the left side, and so on the left side of bring, we're going to go ahead and put the Christmas tree clips through that white brace inside now. We're only doing that on the left side of bring. Don't put them in the right side. Now we're putting the less header up, and on the right side of the header, of the less header, we'll go ahead and put the Christmas tree clips in. It's referred to as the outside. So we're just making sure we've got the holes punched out at the top. If you're in a pallet store, the metal feet came on the pallet with the corrugate shelving display. So you use those metal feet and slide the box on top of the metal feet through that rectangle, through that square hole at the bottom. You can kind of find your way, feel that hole, set the foot up there, pick it up, and just slide it down over the foot through the hole in the bottom of the box. So now we've got the 2 towers, for lack of a better word, setting left and right. We're going to go ahead and assemble that middle header panel, grabbing that corrugate firmly, sliding our arm down in to get that corrugate brace to break over. You can see that this is the home, more, less panel from what the typography says. Again, sliding the arm down, holding that 3 layers of corrugate very firmly. Setting it on the floor to square it up so we can fold the bottom flaps in. Just kind of pulling it square so those flaps will line up right. Now we'll go ahead and put the top flaps in. Now we're going to take our Christmas tree clips, 1 and the number 3 hole at the top, and the number 1 and the number 3 hole at the bottom. Flip it over. We're going to do the same thing on the other end. Number 1 hole, number 3 hole, number 1 hole, number 3 hole. Those holes will correspond with the holes you've punched out on the other side. Reach through the box now and push those Christmas tree clips up through those holes from the inside, punching out. We're at the bottom of the box, of course, if you can see. Takes a little wiggling sometimes. But let's get those seated really firmly in place. We've just rolled it over and we're doing the other end now. Again, at the bottom of the box. Takes 2 hands here, or 4 hands here, 2 people. Now we're going to line up those protruded Christmas tree clips at the bottom, and we're going to bring them into the holes on the left tower. And on the right tower. And you get inside the box and grab the other side and really push those through. Those are going through that white brace that was sticking up earlier. Once you have those set, you need to get on a ladder. These are the Viking clips, which are kind of a plastic nut and bolt. From a ladder at the top of the box, you want to bring, on each end, you want to bring 2 of the Viking clips through those 2 holes you've punched through. slide the pin through. And that nut just presses on. You don't have to twist it on. Okay, so we've got those two on that end. We'll do the other two on the other. Punch the Viking clip pin through, push the nut, plastic nut onto it, get two over here on this end, and we're going to have this sign assembled. Now you're looking at the lug-ons. There's 3 of them. You've got 12 foam blocks. You peel the blocks off of the strip and set the foam blocks onto the lower half of the lug-ons because they're going to actually protrude up over the top of the box. So you want to get 4 of the foam blocks on each of the lug-on, but put them on the lower side of it. Then just kind of press them down firmly on there so they stick. They're good and sticky. They'll stay on real well. Once we've got them on there, we're just going to press them on real firm. Again, we're going to stick them on the lower half of the lug-on. Once we get each of the 4 blocks in position, we're just going to kind of push them down. They're spongy almost, so we just want to push them down real firm to make sure they stick on. Important part here is just keeping them on the lower half of the lug-on. So now we'll go through and peel off that little liner that's on each of the foam blocks. And we'll come up and put the Family Moments lug-on in the center. You can see on the instruction sheet also where those sit. And we'll just press them firmly up. The movie promo lug-on goes on the right side of the display. Just kind of get it level, about where it's protruding up above the top of the sign. Put a little pressure on it to make sure it's sticking to the sign. And then the product lug-on will come over on the left side. Again, get it up there as level as you can. Use some pressure, make sure it's protruding over the top of the sign. Now, you want to punch through on the ends of the bottom bases holes that'll allow you to slide the zip ties through. I can't show you in this video, but you'll want to zip tie that to the cart rail itself or to the gondola shelving that is the cart rail in most stores. When you're done, here's what you look like. 3 lug-ons on top. All the panels are firmly secured together. In most of your stores, you're going to have the gondola in front of you. In other stores, you'll have pallets sitting against it. Thank you so much.